Did you know there is an animal that millions of people look down upon? Rejected by many traditions, and often associated by society with filth, poverty, or even sin? However, that very same animal could be the start of a more prosperous life for a rural family. Why can something so looked down upon create so much wealth? Why do many experienced farmers see it as a real opportunity? Why do most people only see mud, bad smell, and hard work, while others see meat, fertilizer, and the future? Today, I want you to look at pigs in a different way. Before talking about the first business model, I need to tell you something important. But those who have worked for years in livestock know that pigs are true conversion machines. It utilizes almost everything it consumes and returns value in many forms. Understanding this, you will see why generations of farmers have lifted their family economy by raising pigs. The prodigal son had to feed pigs when he hit rock bottom in his life. And it was there, in that place of humiliation and despair, that he woke up. He reflected and made the decision to change his destiny. Sometimes, the path to a better life goes through what we once looked down upon. The first business model is breeding piglets for sale. It sounds simple, and it is. But that simplicity is a great advantage. You can start with just one breeding sow and one good boar. A good sow can produce 2 or 3 litters a year, each with 8 to 12 piglets. For a small farm, that number can make a huge difference in family income. High-quality piglets are always in high demand by other farmers. But the secret lies in attention to detail and proper care. Hygiene during birth, good nutrition for the sow, and care for the newborns are crucial. This discipline is what separates successful breeders from those who fail. In pig farming, reproduction is constant, but it rewards those with patience and responsibility. The second business model brings a surprising benefit that many overlook. Most people only think of selling meat, but there is income before that. I am talking about producing organic fertilizer from pig manure. To some, this might sound strange or unpleasant. They see waste as a problem to get rid of quickly. To some, this might sound strange or unpleasant. When processed correctly, pig manure becomes one of the best organic fertilizers. farmers see a significant increase in crop yields using this fertilizer.
The results are so positive that even agricultural experts are amazed.
There is a real and growing market for this organic product.
Home gardeners and organic farmers are always looking for quality compost. This means waste becomes a second source of income on the same farm. This aligns with a beautiful principle found in many sacred texts. Nothing should be wasted. Everything has a purpose and a function. Often, what seems like a problem is actually an opportunity in disguise. In pig farming, this is exactly what happens. What some see as a nuisance becomes a profitable commercial product. Farmers who understand this build a more complete and efficient system. They create a sustainable cycle that benefits the entire farm. Instead of relying on one income, they diversify their opportunities. This vision reduces risk and increases the farm's financial stability. I recall families who started pig farming mainly for the fertilizer sales. In the early months, fertilizer sales covered the initial operational costs. This allowed them to grow safely and strengthen their business. That is the difference between a simple farm and a smart business.
A smart farmer looks beyond the obvious primary product.
They learn to find value in every stage of the production cycle. By discovering new ways to generate income from overlooked resources, they build a stronger, more profitable, and sustainable enterprise. The third business model is one of the most interesting and rewarding. It has the power to deeply transform a farming family's life. I am talking about artisanal production of sausages and smoked meats. This value-added market is growing as consumers seek quality. People are returning to appreciate traditional, handmade products. They are not just looking for cheap food. They want flavor and trust.
They want to know who made it and how it was prepared.
A handcrafted product made with care carries a value factories cannot replicate. This is a major economic advantage in pig farming. Processing the animal yourself can multiply its market value several times. The profit margin can be 3 to 5 times higher than selling live. Same animal, same initial effort, but a much smarter business strategy. However, this path requires serious commitment and proper methods. You must follow hygiene regulations and have a proper workspace. Attention to cleanliness, preservation and presentation is essential. This requires effort, but it is where the real opportunity lies. Many give up because they realize it takes more than just raising animals. The Bible teaches the value of diligence and attention to detail. An artisan who cares about quality and honesty is building trust. And trust is the most valuable asset a small producer can have. When a family loves your product, they will return. And they will recommend it to their friends and neighbors. Gradually, a small home business can become a respected local brand.
Many families started with just a few sows and a simple dream.
They grew step by step, eventually hiring others and helping their community. It starts with a decision to do things with excellence. Artisanal processing is what truly builds a prosperous future. The fourth business model is perhaps the most surprising of all.
If we put the feeding troughs here, the rotation system becomes much more efficient.
Yes, that aligns well with the restoration goals.
That makes perfect sense.
It sounds ambitious, but it is simpler than you think. In many rural areas, families struggle with very limited resources.
They have the will and the strength, but lack opportunity.
A community pig farming model can provide that opportunity.
Families can join forces, share costs, and divide the labor. Together, they can build facilities that none could afford alone. Cooperation makes large projects possible for small families. As an organized group, they have more bargaining power.
They can sell in larger volumes and get better market prices.
This model is rooted in ancient principles of mutual aid.
Working together for a common goal brings strength and unity. When people unite, prosperity becomes a natural result. This collective effort is much stronger than isolated attempts.
Each family contributes what they can: land, labor, or tools.
The responsibilities are shared, making the business more resilient. This model has been highly successful in various regions of Brazil. It has restored economic dignity and hope to many families.
It is not magic. It is the result of planning and commitment. It changes not just bank accounts, but the self-esteem of a community.
They realize they can build their own prosperous future together. A small project can be the start of a major transformation.
Now, I want to share something very important with you.
It does not matter which of these models fits your reality best. Prosperity does not fall from the sky. It requires action.
It comes from hard work, knowledge, and the courage to start. Many dream of change, but wait for the perfect moment. Successful farmers are those who make the best of what they have. Pig farming is not a glamorous path. It is hard, dirty work.
There will be days when you ask yourself if it is worth it.
But there is also the deep satisfaction of seeing your animals grow. The pride of selling your first products and seeing your hard work pay off. You see the cycle of life unfold right before your eyes. You see your effort turn into tangible results and income. But none of this happens without discipline and dedication. This business rewards those who observe, learn, and persist. Every mistake is a lesson that makes you a better farmer. It forces you to be more careful, prepared, and responsible. So, before you start, evaluate your resources and commitment. A well-managed project has the potential to grow and multiply. I want to end this video by sharing something personal with you.
I have spent over 20 years working with livestock.
I have made mistakes, faced losses, and had difficult times. There were moments of frustration when things did not go as planned. Yet, I have never regretted choosing this path. Because every challenge taught me lessons no book could ever teach. The most valuable lessons come from daily practice and responsibility. Now, I feel a responsibility to share this knowledge with others.
That is why this channel exists, to provide practical, honest information.
Not to promise easy wealth, but to share real, useful knowledge. To offer the guide I wish I had when I first started. Every week, I bring practical tools and strategies for your farm. Whether you have a large farm or just a small backyard space.
If you have watched this far, you have shown true dedication.
You have the patience and desire to learn that leads to success. And those qualities are the foundation of any successful enterprise.
If you found this helpful, please support us by liking and subscribing.
Start with what you have and build your path to success. See you next time.